Get a lot of questions about kind of the overall design, why we go with it, just the end user shit, the only stuff you guys really care about. So if you look at the overall concept of why we're running this thing, we brought this thing up, and if you look at all our old school pictures, we're gonna go back in time and tell you guys the story of back in the olden days. We used to rock ACOGs with doctor sights on them and how tall that thing was. But for the dudes who run around doing CQB, it becomes so easy just to drive it up in your eye and see it. We don't have to search for a head position trying to get all this. It makes it super natural, especially because we have comms. We've got push-to-talks and cables and deck cord going over your traps and everything else. So it makes it super repeatable just to bring in your eye line and take a shot. Just from here, like the old school, I would bring it up and I would lean in. I don't want to be able to do that anymore. I want to be able to see everything around me 360, 720, because this thing's really designed for the CQB Pro. From the low ready to the high ready, you can be a snap up and shoot. I don't have to move my head to bring the optic into my eye line. But now if I'm gonna do, we'll call it the 3-man position, where you're hutting around, this thing's not really in a shoulder pocket, it's kind of bouncing around. We have to drive it out and slam it. That's really what we try to do. Drive it out. We don't have to make it super crazy. It can be however you want it to be, but the big focus is I don't have to shift a lot. I can process all this information. I can just snap it up and take one whenever I need to. So same thing for the high ready. I can just stay here, I drive it out in my eye line, and I can break a shot. We did this, we slid the laser back because we agree we want the center of gravity and the center of all the weight over the magazine well, so this front end's not super heavy. The issue was when you drop it down on the Picatinny and we mount our pressure pads out forward for that C-clamp grip, we get laser obscuration. The laser wasn't high enough to shoot over your support grip, whether that be strong hand or if we switch grip, other strong hand. We were getting a partially obscured flood from the laser. We can't have that either, because at nighttime CQB, you've got to be able to see everything in real time. back talking about passive shooting and laser obscuration. So one of the reasons this thing is this high is to defeat this. It's got to be able to shoot over my support grip thumb, or if I go to switch shoulders, I switch over here, I don't want to be able to cut off my eye or aiming device. Laser obscuration, man, if you focus on that target here real quick. Okay, so that's full flood. That's my IR illuminator. Now this is obscuration. If my hand were to impede this, see how it's obscuring it? So that's my C-clamp grip getting in the way. Now there's no way to illuminate what I'm actually seeing or target ID it. It's the same thing if I would go on to Vislays and I would go right here. You can see it visible. If I put my finger in front, you can't see anything. I'm just blocking the laser. That's the obscuration we're talking about, and that's what most guys were getting. If you've seen guys, you know, online or wherever, it's got a laser behind the pressure pad in front and their hand is up here. When they go to depress that laser, they're going to get that, nothing. Or they'll get something that's partially obscured. But for the passive shooting, it's kind of what we talk about. We can shut this laser all the way off. There's nothing coming out of here. How fast can you actually take a shot and actually see it passing through night vision? That's the whole focus of it, is to make your daytime grip and your nighttime grip one the same. We can't be dancing around trying to double tap pressure pads and roll out of the way. It's too fast in real life. It's not a video game, so we have to be prepared and we have to be able to do it all at light speed. Daytime, nighttime, with a laser, without a laser, it doesn't really matter. The threat is a threat and has to be addressed. So let's be able to fight in any type of lighting condition and not have something that's going to inhibit us. Everybody wants to know why. That's why. Because you don't get to determine your lighting condition all the time. You've got to be able to run at real speed because it's fucking real. Real appreciate you guys. Talk soon.